All right, we got 4 quarter marshals and 6 drivers. I think the key to this race is going to be the consistency. Probably won't be the fast lap times. Yep, we got him covered. We already got him in a race, so we're good. All right, track is open. Let him eat.
Matthew Google. John Blocker. Ken Perry. Aiden Lyons. Lyons.
All right, I'll let you guys get a couple laps in out there. And then there will be a countdown until the loop goes live. So you'll hear the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, such. And then when you hear the tone, the loop will be live.
"15 seconds to the start of the race."
All right. Computer says 15 seconds till
10,
that loop goes live,
9,
so you might want
8,
to space yourself
7,
out.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ron, Aiden, and John are on the clock. You'll be on the clock as soon as you pass that finish line. Each driver's on their own 5-minute clock. Make sure you keep driving until you hear your name or you hear all racers are complete at the end. So keep on racing till you hear that it's done.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ken Perry, John Blocker, Matthew Google, Lyons, and Aiden Lyons. Jax.
Jack's out there in the blue car really wanted to race Rookie, but we had to stick him somewhere, so he's your wild card. Try to make it past him. We're already at the halfway mark. And it's Ken Perry with a good gap on the field. He is 9.5 seconds up.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Ken Perry, Matthew Google, John Blocker, Aiden Lyons, and Lyons.
With Ken Perry pretty well checking out. Closest battle on the track would be Matthew in the 2 and John Blocker on the 3. Aiden's right there as well. 2, 3, and 4. Then about 5 seconds of each other. Dan, can you grab Ken on the stairs? And we got an injury. Uh-oh. Braxton, can you go help him, please? All right.
1 minute left.
Corey, you can go ahead and take bucket 4. We'll let Braxton get tended to. Bucket 4 is going to come over about 4 feet, Corey. You know that one. Bucket 6, we know where that goes. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Keep sliding.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ken Perry, Matthew Google,
Sorry
John
for the
Blocker,
commotion,
Aiden Lyons,
racers.
and Lyons.
Ken, Matthew, Aiden, 1, 2, and 3. You got John Blocker on the 4. He's only about 4 seconds behind Aiden.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lyons done. John Blocker done. Jack's done. Matthew Google done. Ken Perry done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that's a race. Ken Perry did take it. We'll take just a short little pause here, make sure Braxton's okay.
The race is completed.
All right, the show will go on. As soon as we get some quarter marshals out here, we'll get some short course rolling. Guess if I had to put some, oh, we got another one. Perfect. Jax will go for number 2 right here. Number 2 is painted right in front of that stair, kind of about 20 feet to your right. All right, we got corners. Let them eat, short course drivers. Track is open.
Carl Blocker Sr. Ken Perry, Nicole Bruner, Ben Castleberry, Zach Hopkins, Kyle Thompson.
All right, drivers, you got about 20 seconds till the loop is live. You will get a countdown.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Loop is live. Ben, Kyle, and Nicole, get us started. Minute and a half in, and these guys are running so close. Ken Perry and Kyle
After 1 minute
Thompson
30
keep
seconds,
switching for the
top
number
drivers
one.
are Ken Perry, Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Zach Hopkins, and Nicole Bruner.
We got Ken and Kyle swapping every single lap. Ben Castleberry in the 3, only about 2 seconds back from there. Zach only 3 seconds back from there. Nicole and Carl within a second. Way too close to call. Anybody could go from the top to the bottom or vice versa. At the halfway mark, it's Kyle on top with Ken Perry 1.5 seconds behind him. Ben Castleberry 3 seconds back from there.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ken Perry, Ben Castleberry, Zach Hopkins, and Carl Blocker Sr.
Kyle's still on that top spot. Now it's Ben Castleberry on the 2, only 2 seconds behind him. Ken's still right there as well, just a half second behind Castleberry.
One minute left.
Kyle Thompson in the white and black continues to spin consistent lap times, starting to pull a bit of a gap on the entire field.
After 4 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ken Perry, Zach Hopkins, Ben Castleberry, and Nicole Bruner. Five, 4, 3.
Be looking
Two,
for four-wheel drive
one.
buggy. You guys are up next. Four-wheel drive buggy. Braxton, Dan, and
Ben
Logan.
Castleberry done. Ken Perry done. Zach Hopkins done. Kyle Thompson done. All drivers
Nicole.
are finished. Nicole Bruner done.
Kyle Thompson takes it. Ken, Zach, and Ben right there running very, very close.
The race is completed.
Thank you, Jax and Matthew, for volunteering. These guys will be running up on the quarter pipe at the elevation, so I'll need somebody on bucket 5 who knows the rules of that bucket. All right, volunteers have got us looking good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, quarter marshals.
2 minutes to the start of the
Track is
race.
open. Track is open.
"45 seconds to the start of the race. Logan Hall. Dan Perry. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Braxton Yates.
"20 seconds till that loop goes live.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Braxton and Logan called it. They're going to play bumper cars. That's going to let Dan sneak out ahead. They're showing some speed. They could give Dan a run for his money if they clean it up.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Logan Hall, Braxton Yates.
Those two knuckleheads going wheel to wheel. Dan Perry sneaking out about 20 seconds as they roll each other over again.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Braxton Yates, Logan Hall.
I got Dan Perry by 25. Caution on that elevation, Dan. I always like how Zach uses that red dot to stand on when he grabs the cars up top. That keeps his feet out of the race line. Pro move right there. I think I might need to dust off my four-wheel drive car and go run with Dan. He's now 36 seconds up, although Braxton and Logan do have a battle going. Only 1.8 seconds there. Braxton in that 2 position.
One minute left.
Braxton stretching out his second place
After 4
over
minutes, 30
Logan in
seconds,
the 3, about 11
the top
seconds
drivers
there.
are Dan Perry, Braxton Yates, Logan Hall. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Perry done. Braxton Yates done.
Looking at those lap times, Dan Perry with a 14 flat. Braxton Yates put down a 13.9. Logan Hall right there with a 14.2. Any one of them has the speed. Logan is finishing his lap.
All drivers are finished. Logan Hall done.
All right. With that, we'll get our 3 stadium truck
race is
drivers
completed.
out to the line. I think we'll need a full round of volunteers. I don't think Braxton's quarter in, and I think Dan is going back to back. Corey, when you get a chance later, you want to grab some practice cards for Jax and also Matthew and Logan too. All right, track is open, but we don't have any drivers. Never mind.
Two minutes to the start of the race. Corey Frisbee.
Oh, Dan's not running stadium. It's Ron we're looking for.
Carl Blocker Sr.
Corey, can I talk you into helping out Ron? He's got something going on with his car there. Gotta wait for him anyway.
Lions.
All right, let's go about 15 seconds till that loop is live. You will get a countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looks like your leader's taking a handicap. He's got the body rubbing and moving all over. Carl Blocker's coming up on him. We got 3 minutes 45 left on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Carl Blocker Sr., Corey Frisbee, Lions.
So Corey's going to have to find a way around him and then make almost a lap up if he wants to get back in front of Senior. Corey chops that down to 6.5 seconds. He's cutting down on Carl's lead. We are at the halfway mark.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Carl Blocker Sr., Corey Frisbee, Lions.
Senior's doing a good job of keeping that cushion in between him and Corey. Right at 6 seconds.
One minute left.
1 minute on the clock. Still got that 6-second gap between Senior leading the way and Corey playing catch up.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Carl Blocker Sr., Corey Frisbee, Lions.
Closer to 4 seconds, but there's only 15 left on the clock.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2.5 seconds.
Lions done. Corey Frisbee done. All drivers are finished.
Carl will
Carl
take
Blocker
it by
Sr. done.
2 seconds. Good job, Carl. We'll get the rest of our sportsman drivers
The race
out
is
to the
completed.
line. All the sportsmen that have not ran yet. Kyle Thompson, where's your buggy? No buggy? There is no expert. Even though Dan beat Paul a few times, he's got to join the sportsmen, see if he can hack it in the traffic. Be patient. Hey, I watched you guys in your four-wheel. All right, track is open. Track is open. We'll let Kyle get out there so I had a little extra time.
Dan Peary, Braxton Yates, Logan Hall, Ben Castleberry.
All right, we're not going to be hacking in this one, even if it is Braxton and Logan. They said they wanted to hack, but I think we're going to turn that off. These drivers are all right on the cusp of being or already are expert drivers, so let's see some good, clean driving out of this group.
Kyle Thompson.
All right, we've got about 20 seconds till the loop goes live.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Minute and a half in, Logan and Kyle running extremely tight on that top spot, less than a
After
second.
1 minute 30 seconds,
Dan Peary right
the top
there as
drivers
well
are Logan
within
Hall,
1 second.
Kyle Thompson, Dan Peary, Braxton Yates, and Ben Castleberry.
Bit of a gap, and then we got 4 and 5, Braxton and Ben. They've got about 7 seconds to catch the field, but they are battling it out themselves. Logan Hall slides into that top spot. About 1 second over Kyle, who's 1 second over Dan.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Logan Hall, Kyle Thompson, Dan Peary, Braxton Yates, and Ben Castleberry.
I've got 1/10 of a second between Logan and Kyle, 1 and 2. Dan Peary's got about 2 seconds to find them. Oh man, Kyle, Logan, Dan, 1, 2, 3, way too close to call.
1 minute left.
Dan Perry is coming up quick, shaving just a little off. It's now Kyle and Dan, 1 and 2, 2 second separation. Dan's got to get 2 seconds ahead of Kyle to take that top spot.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Dan Perry, Logan Hall, Braxoon Yates, and Ben Castleberry.
Oh man, Dan was on the run. He's going off the stand. That puts Kyle in the top spot. Logan will be in the 2.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Braxton
1.
uncharacteristically off pace from what we've seen out of him prior. He was doing a good job of yielding, though, to everybody and making sure that those top runners
Kyle
got
Thompson
a good
done.
race. We
Braxoon Yates
appreciate
done.
that sportsmanship.
Logan Hall done. All drivers are finished. Ben Castleberry done.
Kyle will take that round 1 TQ with 27 laps, 5 minutes, 4 seconds. And this group of sportsmen, you guys can decide if you want to run the wall in the next one and the main. Collectively decide.
The race is completed.
Logan, Braxton, Kyle, Dan, if you guys can decide if you want to run the wall and let me know before the next qualifier. Qualifier 2 is ready to go. It's in the exact same order as qualifier 1. We'll get sportsman drivers Ken Perry, Matthew Google, John Blocker, Ron, Aiden, and Jax out to race. The little camber guy? Short break. Is he in this race? Yeah. Oh, it's too close. Alright. Could take 5, honestly. Yeah, it's not bad. You wanna well, so let me try to. I don't think. We might try to get Ron's car going here. See if we can fix it real quick. All right, Corey's going to do a quick pit stop on Ron's car, so patience for 5 minutes. Thanks, guys. Logan Braxton, what's this verdict on the wall? They say thumbs up. Anyone say, yeah, Dan's up for it? Okay. It is going to be a few minutes. May have been a bit too optimistic waiting this out. I appreciate everyone's patience. think we're getting close. Ron is making his way to the track. Corner marshals to your spots, and track is open.
Matthew Google. Lions.
Zach, thank
John
you, sir.
Blocker.
Perfect. I was going to say, kick that bucket.
Ken Perry.
You're on it. Professional corner marshal right there. Take note.
Jacks. Aiden Lions.
All right, if you guys want to space them out, do so now. You've got 15 seconds till the start of the race.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Minute and a half in, it is Ken Perry once again on that top
After
spot.
1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ken Perry, John Blocker, Lions, Matthew Google, and Aiden Lions.
This time it's John Blocker in that 2 spot, and he is sticking right there like glue with about a second and a half between them. Yikes. At the halfway mark, Ken Perry had a small incident with a lapper. That puts John Blocker on the top spot. Ken Perry now 1.4 seconds behind him.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are John Blocker, Ken Perry, Lions, Matthew Google, and Aiden Lions.
2 seconds in between John and Ken, 1 and 2. Bit of a gap. Then Matthew, Ron, and Aiden are all running within a second of each other for 3, 4, and 5. Jax is getting trial by fire. No rookie class tonight.
One minute left.
Ken Perry catches a bit of a break. He's now got a 6-second gap on the field. John so thoughtfully waiting for the person that he accidentally got into.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ken Perry, John Blocker, Aiden Lyons, Matthew Google, and Lyons.
20 seconds on the clock. Closest battles, Matthew in the 3, Aiden on the 4. 2 seconds in between those guys. Next race is going to be short course.
5,
Short course
4,
up to the line
3,
next.
2, 1. Aiden Lyons done. Matthew Google done. Jax done. Lyons done. Ken Perry done. All drivers are finished. John Blocker done.
Ben
race
Castleberry, you
is
better put
completed.
your game face on for Sportsman. You're going to have to beat Ken Perry's time. He's about 2 seconds quicker, and he might just boot you out of that A main. A main's going to be hitting the wall. I'm still not sure how I'm going to sort that one. All the sportsmen and the short course doing a great job driving with all the different skill levels. Appreciate it. Invite your friends, grow the community. The more racers we have, the
2
more
minutes to the
classes
start
we
of the
have.
race.
And that way we can better match talent and have closer racing. We got 2 quarter marshals, 3, 4, 5, getting close. All right. There you go. Quarters have got their spots. Track is open, short course drivers. Let's see what they can do with it. Kyle Thompson's got that TQ. Looks like Ken Perry's about 7 seconds
1
off
minute
that
to the
last
start of the
round.
race.
There's a lot of chaos out there, so the consistency will be
Kyle
the
Thompson.
key.
Ben Castleberry. Zach Hopkins. Ken Perry. Carl Blocker Sr. 45 seconds to the start of the race. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Nicole Bruner.
Everyone is checked. Got about 20 seconds till that loop goes live.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh no, Ken goes from top to bottom on a whatever happened out there. Kyle, Ben, and Zach, 1, 2, and 3, each within a second.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Kyle Thompson, Zach Hopkins, Carl Blocker Sr., and Nicole Bruner.
All right, I think it's resting on Ben Castleberry's shoulders to try to steal away that TQ from Kyle. Currently, Ben is 1 second up on Kyle. Two minutes on the clock. Ben's still on top. Kyle 1/10 of a second behind. Then we got a pretty good gap, and Zach
After
and
3
Carl
minutes, the
Sr.
top
are
drivers are
battling
Ben
it out.
Castleberry, Kyle Thompson, Zach Hopkins,
Matthew,
Carl Blocker
Matthew.
Sr., and Nicole Bruner.
That will put Kyle way up top, about 12 seconds up above the field now.
One minute left.
Castleberry is charging hard. He's cut it all the way down to 3 seconds. I'm watching that go down every lap. Whoa, Castleberry's got it at less than a second. 35 seconds on the clock. Kyle's still on that top spot.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Carl Blocker Sr., Nicole Bruner, and Zach Hopkins.
This run is quicker than the first as well, so it will be for the TQ spot. I got 1 second between Kyle and Ben coming down to the wire.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I
Carl
got a
Blocker
half a
Sr.
second
done.
on the last lap.
Ken Perry done. Zach Hopkins done. Ben Castleberry done. Nicole Bruner done.
Woo, Kyle
All
gets it
drivers
by
are
half a
finished.
second and
Kyle Thompson done.
retains that TQ position. All right, four-wheel drive buggies to the line.
The race is completed.
That'll get it started. 20 seconds on the clock. Boom. That'll probably be good enough. I think. Maybe I'll see if you want to, but whatever.
There is someone underneath me, right? Okay. Track is open.
Dan Peary. Logan Hall.
All
Braxton
right.
Yates. Walls.
Here in 20 seconds, the race will go, and then the loop will go live.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Walls, Braxton Yates, Dan Peary, Logan Hall. After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Walls, Braxton Yates, Dan Perry, Logan Hall. One minute left. After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Walls, Braxton Yates, Dan Perry, Logan Hall. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walls done. Dan Perry done. All drivers are finished. Braxton Yates done. Logan Hall done. The race is completed.
Stadium truck, you guys are up.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
Quarter marshals, you know the drill. Although we'll need a volunteer or 2 or 3. We got corners. We got 2 out of 3 drivers. Carl's just getting his body pins on. Track is open. We'll give Carl plenty of time to get out here and get a lap or 2.
Corey Frisbee. Lions.
Carl's making his way up the driver's stand. We'll give him a couple laps.
Carl Blocker Sr.
All right, loop is going live. Loop is live. Corey's on track. Corey is out of this one. Let's see, his TQ pace was a 19.5 flat. Carl will need to make up about 10 seconds to take over that TQ pace. Get all the track to
After
do
1
it.
minute 30 seconds,
All
the top drivers
eyeballs
are
on
Corey Frisbee,
Senior.
Carl Blocker Sr., Lions.
Oh, he's right on pace. Let's see. 19. Current pace is 18.501, so he's about to break into the 19s. Carl Blocker is on pace. He's got a 19.507 to Corey's 19.510. Can't do that too many times, though.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Carl Blocker Sr., Corey Frisbee, Lions.
Minute 45 left on the clock.
One minute left.
currently exactly tied with Corey's pace. Let's see if he can get her done. I think the computer's a little slow to update if you're watching in the pits.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Carl Blocker Sr., Corey Frisbee, Lions. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He might just have it. I think he's going to get that TQ.
All drivers are finished. Carl Blocker Sr. done.
19,508. Let's see. No, 19.
The race is completed.
All right, grab some volunteer quarter marshals, and we've got Sportsman Buggy that's riding the elevation and the wall. We're throwing that in, which is a horrible idea as a RD, because I have no idea how I'm going to sort you guys out between the other drivers, but I'll figure it out. Thank you, volunteer corners. Corey, did you get them a practice card? Oh, I think I asked Jax, Matthew, and I believe Logan, if memory serves me right, when I had asked you. Oh, getting you guys some free practice cards. Appreciate your volunteer. All right, we're going to need somebody on their game for that bucket 5. It's going to be Matthew. So, Matthew, when you grab them, if possible, stand on that red dot. Zach taught us that. And then you can grab without being in the race line.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
Set them on the ground. All right. Anybody else available for the deadly bucket 4? Any volunteers? Anyone who got your shin guards on? All right. Track is open.
Kyle Thompson, Dan Peary, Logan Hall, Ben Castleberry, Braxoon Yates,
All right, about 15 seconds until that loop goes live.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Kyle Thompson, Braxton Yates, Logan Hall, and Ben Castleberry.
At the halfway mark, Dan is stretching it out in that top spot. He's up 12 seconds over the field. Kyle's holding down that 2. Braxton half a second behind him.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Kyle Thompson, Braxton Yates, Ben Castleberry, and Logan Hall.
This race will determine the starting order for the main. Got a minute and a half left on the clock. Dan's got a runaway. Kyle's looking pretty comfortable now in the 2. Braxton on the 3.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Kyle Thompson, Braxton Yates, Ben Castleberry, and Logan Hall.
Braxton is getting closer and closer to Kyle, about just 2 seconds on that last lap between 2 and 3, Kyle and Braxton.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Braxton Yates done. Ben Castleberry done.
Dan will take the 1. Kyle is locked in on the 2.
Dan Perry
Braxton
done.
for the 3.
All drivers are finished. Kyle Thompson done.
All right, I'm going to have to work some magic to figure out the sportsman for the mains and get everybody's positions set.
The race is completed.
All right, mains are set. Corey is coming down the stairs with that list. You'll be in the same race as you were and the same order as the qualifiers. So we'll get our sportsmen out to the line. And that would be Ron, Matthew, Aiden, John, and Ken, and Jax.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
Quarter marshals out there will be Dan, Kyle, Braxton, Castleberry, and Logan. Yeah. All right, track is open.
Aiden Lyons, John Blocker, Matthew Google, Ken Perry, Jax, Lyons,
Next time around, please line them up on your next time around. I'll be looking for Ken Perry on that TQ spot. Matthew Google, gray and blue on the 2. John Blocker. He was the Black Knight, but now he's got those yellow wheels. Probably a smart move. John Blocker, black will be 3. Aiden on the 4, black and white. Ron will be the Thank you, Kyle. Looking good. All right, 5-minute main going down. Corner marshals ready. Drivers on the tone. Ooh, Matthew gets a clean pass on Ken and gets off in the front. Must be those orange wheels. One and 2 go MIA. That puts John Blocker out in the front. Oh, there's Matthew. He's back in the action. He's back in the 2 spot. This time it's John in front. Aiden now in the 2, battling with Matthew. And Ken's doing work. We know he can get it done. He's got to pull it together. 4 minutes on the clock. John Blocker, that black car with the yellow wheels, is leading us. Oh, no.
After 1 minute 30
Matthew
seconds,
got around in
the
front
top
of him.
drivers are Matthew Google, John Blocker, Aiden
Matthew,
Lyons,
gray and
Lyons,
blue,
and Ken
leading
Perry.
us. John Blocker on his tail. Aiden right there in the 3. Your leader coming over the step up now. Second place over the step up. Third place over the step up. Running tight, 1, 2, and 3. Oh no, John goes a couple lanes off course. Matthew in the lead. He's the only one with some clear track. Aiden, Ken, and John battling it out in a all close together over that step up. Your leader across the finish line now, 8 in the 2 with Ken right on his tail. 2 and 3 on the hunt for Matthew. He's got a little bit of breathing room. He's got to get around John Blocker, though.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Matthew Google, Aiden Lyons, Ken Perry, John Blocker, and Lyons.
Oh man, now it's getting close. John, that's 2 and 3 on your butt if they come up on you. Minute 20 on the clock. I can't even tell who's in the lead. Oh, Ken is waiting for somebody. Oh, goodness. It's chaos. I'm going to have to wait for the computer. Who is coming across? It might just be Aiden. It is Aiden to the top spot in that black
1 minute
and
left.
white. Matthew and Ken are really close. You got to get around Ron. They do. They're going to be coming up on John next. Black and white is your leader. Ken Perry in the 2 chasing him down. Ooh, Matthew sneaks around
After
Ken
4
again.
minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Aiden Lyons, Ken Perry, Matthew Google, John Blocker, and Lyons.
Those 2 are the new battle on the track. Ken gets the upper hand on that corner. Oh, that's not going to work. Go, Ken. Go, Ken. Go. Oh, Aiden's got some breathing room. He might just get it done here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aiden Lyons done.
Aiden locks in that top spot. Good job,
Perry
Aiden.
done.
Ken Perry will sneak
John
in,
Blocker
claiming
done.
the 2.
Lyons done.
Matthew on the
All
3.
drivers
John
are
on the
finished.
4. Ron on the 5.
Matthew Google done.
And Jax, thank
Jax
you so
done.
much for joining us. Good job, Aiden. All right, let's see who can come out on the top for short course. You guys are up next, short course.
The race is completed.
Looks like we got our drivers just looking for some corner marshals from that last race. Aiden, we can put you on bucket 5 over there.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
All right, track is open.
Carl Blocker Sr., Kyle Thompson, Nicole Bruner, Ben Castleberry, Zach Hopkins, Ken Perry.
All right, next time around, line these guys up.
1 minute
Kyle
to the start of the
Thompson
race.
on that spot. Ben Castleberry with the racing stripes will be claiming the 2. Ken Perry for the 3 in that Red Bull truck. Zach Hopkins, what color is he sporting today? Purple.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
See Zach on the 4 in the purple. Okay, he's got his own idea. All right, Zach's taking a handicap. He's so confident he's going to win this thing. He's starting it from the back. Looking good from here. Corner marshals ready. Drivers on the tone. Jax. Nope. Jax. All right. Quarter marshals, know your zone. Where is your zone? Head on a swivel for your zone. Thank you. We're not watching the race. We're just watching our zone. Ken Perry sneaks to the front. Coming over the step up now. Kyle right on his heels. Looks like it's Carl Sr. and Ben, 3 and 4. I was blind to the move on the step up, but it looks like Kyle did sneak around Ken Perry. So Kyle, your leader, now coming over the step up. Ken Perry right behind. A little bit of a
After
gap,
1
and I
minute
got
30
Senior.
seconds, the top drivers are Kyle
Ben
Thompson,
Castleberry,
Ken Perry,
Castleberry in the
Carl
3.
Blocker Sr., Ben Castleberry, and Zach Hopkins.
Matthew, if you want to slide your bucket 2 feet to the right, keep those shins clear. It is an awkward spot. I'll have to think about how to fix it. Kyle in the black and white heading through the infield. Red Bull Ken Perry on the hunt in that 2 spot.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ken Perry, Ben Castleberry, Carl Blocker Sr., and Zach Hopkins.
Oh no, Ken clips the step up. Ben Castleberry goes to the 2, so Ben's got 5 seconds to make up to catch Kyle. Minute and a half on the clock, Jax. Kyle in the black and white has a 9-second gap over the field. Ben Castleberry is the
1 minute
closest
left.
one, hunting him down. Ken Perry and Carl Sr. have a pretty good battle going, 3 and 4.
After 4 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Ken Perry, Carl Blocker Sr., and Nicole Bruner.
Castleberry's cutting that time down, but there's not much left on the clock. He's got it down to 7 seconds.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ken Perry done.
Senior and Perry
Carl
drag
Blocker
race to the
Sr.
end.
done.
Perry will claim
Ben
that 3
Castleberry done.
spot.
Zach Hopkins
Kyle
done.
locks it down,
Nicole Bruner
TQ, and leads the race. Ben Castleberry
All
in the
drivers
2.
are finished.
And
Kyle
Ken
Thompson
and
done.
Carl with a photo finish. Nice work. Braxton, do you promise to keep pressure on Dan Perry? That's supposed to say yes. Breathe. Don't even look at his
The race is
car. Only
completed.
look at your car. You're the only one on the track. Not counting Logan out by any means. Logan certainly got the speed to be up to the top as well. Just waiting on some corner marshals. We got four-wheel drive running as soon as we get some corner marshals. All right, looks like we've got plenty out there. So, as soon as they find some spots. Or
2 minutes to the start of
not,
the race.
Either way.
Dan Perry, Braxton Yates, Logan Hall.
Caution elevation, caution elevation. Good job, clear. All right, go ahead and line them up next time around. It's going to be Dan Perry on the pole position. Braxton on the 2. Logan in the green on the 3.
1 minute to
Get
the
it
start of
all
the
out
race.
of your system. I need you guys to work together and keep the pressure on Dan. Counting on you, youngins. Corner marshals ready. Drivers on the tone. Logan to the top. We just flipped this running order on its head. Patience, patience, play nice. You've got one common goal, beat Dan between the two of you. Minute and a half in, 3:30 remaining.
After 1 minute 30 seconds,
Braxton coming
the top
down the
drivers are
stairs.
Braxun Yates,
Dan coming
Dan
down the
Peary,
stairs.
Logan
1
Hall,
and 2.
Walls.
Please let Braxton skate by when it's feasible. That will work. Dan, too, please. Thank you. It's getting closer and closer. We're at the halfway point.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Braxun Yates, Dan Peary, Logan Hall,
Oh no,
Walls.
Braxton gives that spot to Dan. Let's see how Dan likes the pressure. Minute 15 remaining.
One minute left.
So far, Braxton does get to claim the fast lap, 13.7. I think lap record is at a 13.3, but it's not very often they go much quicker than 13.5. So yeah, Braxton at 13.7, he's got some serious speed.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds,
Dan Peary's
the top
showing the
drivers are Dan Peary,
consistency.
Braxun Yates, Logan Hall, Walls. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Perry done.
Dan drives it home.
All
Whippersnappers
drivers
are going to
are
have to
finished.
come back for another
Braxton
race.
Yates done.
Good job, Braxton. Good job, Dan.
The race is completed.
Do we still have 3 stadium trucks in the house in one piece? I got a thumbs up over here. I see the other 2. I think we got a race on our hands. We got a couple volunteers. Thank you so much.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
Should be a quiet one. Just the 3 drivers. You guys will be fine. All right, track is open.
Carl Blocker Sr. Lions. Corey Frisbee. One minute to the start of the race.
All right, we'll line them up. That green truck earned the TQ. Corey on the 2.
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
Matthew's getting to be a pro, knowing what the drivers want for just the right angle for that corner.
30 seconds to the start of
All
the race.
right, for all the marbles, corner marshals ready. Drivers live on the tone. Who put that wall there? 3 minutes 45 on the clock, and Corey sneaks into the top spot. Now Carl's got to chase him down.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Corey Frisbee, Carl Blocker Sr., Lions.
2 down, 3 to go. I got Corey by 5.5 seconds.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Corey Frisbee, Carl Blocker Sr., Lions. One minute left.
Everyone's pretty well in their own zone as far as this race. Next up, I think it should be the best race of the night and the last race of the night.
After 4 minutes 30
Sportsman Buggy
seconds,
A Main.
the top drivers are Corey Frisbee, Carl Blocker Sr., Lions. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carl Blocker Sr. done. Corey Frisbee done. All drivers are finished. Lions done.
That's a race. We're on to Sportsman with the wall ride, aka intermediate, almost expert.
The race is completed.
We're going to have some battles going in this next race. We'll need quarter marshals on their toes. All right, Matthew's taking that 5. So, Jax, your zone is everything from that red dot, and then somehow, like an owl, you'll have to look behind yourself every now and again. I'll holler at you if I see somebody over there. This is all wall ride. Yeah, we'll call it expert. All right, we got track coverage. Track is open.
Two minutes to the start of the race. Dan Peary, Kyle Thompson, Braxoon Yates, Logan Hall, Ben Castleberry.
All right, let's go ahead and line them up. And being right on the bubble of sportsman / intermediate / expert, I'll be looking for the patient drivers making their passes. Logan Hall unfortunately had the break. He's going to have to start in the back, green car in the back.
1 minute to the start of the
Braxton
race.
on the 3. All the drivers like it. All right. Corner marshals ready. Drivers live on the tone. All right. All right. Corner marshals ready. Drivers live on the tone. Beautiful freight train through that wall ride. It's always a tricky spot on that first lap especially. Looks like Dan and Kyle on the breakaway as they move on to the elevation 1 and 2. They have a fierce battle going as they cross the finish line. Minute and a half in, Dan Perry in the blue
After 1 minute 30 seconds,
car, white
the top
wheels is
drivers are
leading
Dan
the way.
Perry, Kyle Thompson, Logan Hall, Ben Castleberry, and Braxtoon Yates.
Kyle's not more than a second and a half behind in that yellow car. Going to make their way through traffic. They'll be coming up on Braxton and then Ben. 1 and 2 are in a battle. Behind you, Matthew. Leader rolls it, but luckily Kyle had already made a mistake. Luckily for the leader, that is. Logan sneaks in that 2 spot. He's running about 4 seconds behind Dan Perry. Leader in the blue coming up on Braxton next. Logan in the green and blue is your second place runner. Uh-oh.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Logan Hall, Braxtoon Yates, Kyle Thompson, and Ben Castleberry.
Minute and a half left on that time clock. Dan Perry's got a pretty good runaway in about 10 seconds. Logan Hall holding down the 2. Braxton about 5 seconds behind him.
1 minute left. After 4 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Logan Hall, Braxton Yates, Ben Castleberry, and Kyle Thompson. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Braxton Yates done. Logan Hall done. Ben Castleberry done.
Dan
All
Perry
drivers are
will
finished.
take it in convincing
Dan Perry done.
fashion. Logan Hall for the 2, Braxton for the 3. And Ben Castleberry's first time with the wall. Good racing, everybody.
The race is completed.